The hunting season had ended at Las Plumas County, California. They were closing up at Martin's Lodge.
I'm all finished upstairs. I'll get these things covered now.
Well, I guess that does it. When are you leaving?
I'll finish up tomorrow morning about 10 a.m.
The day the lodge closed, Frank Gilgo, a known killer, arrived.
It's been a good season.
Yeah, it sure has. Frank, what a gorgeous surprise!
Hiya, baby. How are you, huh? I told you I'd be up, didn't I?
We're closed up.
Oh, I think you can find a room for an old pal, can't you? Hmm?
I'll get it fixed up.
Frank, the last time you came up here, you haven't got something planned.
Just a little hunting, old pal. Just a little hunting. Bring up the stuff, will you?
The stories that shock a nation, move them, make them laugh, begin here. Like this one. My name is Paul Stewart. The chain of events set in motion that day ended in the murder of 4 people and a manhunt that gave police reporter John Keyes of the San Francisco Call Bulletin his deadline story. And it almost cost him his life. They're ready. They're rolling. The presses are rolling on Deadline.
How do I look?
Hey, great. If I didn't know you better, I'd swear you were a boy.
Hey, Frank, it'll be all right, won't it?
Sure. Sure it will, baby. You're gonna have more kicks than you ever dreamed of.
That's what I want, Frank, just as long as nobody gets hurt.
Yeah. Well, that guy should be at the turnoff in about a half an hour. So, let's get going, huh?
It had been for police reporter John Keyes of the San Francisco Call Bulletin a routine day. The fact that a man had been missing for 2 hours hardly seemed worth getting excited about.
But you don't seem to understand, Lieutenant. My husband has been taking the payroll up to the lumber camp for 2 years now, and he's never been late.
Mrs. Seaford, would you happen to know how much was in that payroll?
Well, I think about around $8,000. You see, David had a set routine. He would pick up the payroll, and then he'd drive up there with the children.
The children?
Yes. He'd been making that trip for 2 years now, and nothing happened. And it was such a beautiful morning.
Well, then your children were with him.
Yes. You see, it was such a nice drive up there. And David was going to stop off and get some Franks and some hot chocolate and have like a picnic.
Mrs. Seaford, why don't you let Mr. Keyes drive you home while I start rounding up your family? Let's see, you've given me the license number about the children. Their ages?
Oh, Sandy's 7, Laurie's 6, and the twins, Howie and young David, are 5.
Come along, Miss Seaford. I'll just get my hat and coat.
Give me the radio bureau. Take an all-points bulletin on a missing car with 5 occupants. License number MZK009.
A side road so well hidden it had been bypassed once and was almost bypassed again.
This is Brian, car 16. I think I found something here.
It was a sight he would never forget. In the front seat, a little girl barely alive. In the trunk, the bodies of what once were 3 children. And behind a tree near the car, the corpse of their father. The heavy gauge shotgun was the weapon. They staked out the area. And in headquarters, Squadron Lieutenant Wallace assigned every man in his unit a locale. The area included Martin's Lodge.
None of those guns left that rack in the last 48 hours, huh?
No, they haven't. I'll tell you something else. Just because I got a record's no reason for you to try and pin something on me.
We're checking every lodge, hotel, and rooming house in the area. Where's your guest register?
Well, you guys never let up, do you? I've been clean now for 6 years, but you guys...
Well, just one couple in the joint?
Well, the season's over.
What about some of your old friends, Alex? Seen any of them lately?
I told you before, Lieutenant, I've been clean now for 6 years.
I asked whether you'd seen any of them.
Why would I see them?
All right, Alex. Get your help out here.
It's just me.
You cook and make the beds and...
Now, I had a girl, but she quit on me.
When was that?
They come and go. I had 5 of them last year.
When did she quit?
Oh, a couple or 3 days ago. Look, why don't you get on your horse and look where it'll do you some good instead of worrying about my health problem?
The 23rd?
I think so.
That was the day of the killings. You know where to reach me.
And so the president appealed to the nation to receive the foreign diplomat in the traditional American spirit of fair play. And now a local item. Sandy Seaford, the 6-year-old sole survivor of the brutal hold-up slaying that cost her father, 2 sisters and brother their lives, was this evening pronounced out of danger. Although police were still unable to question the child at length about her assailants, they were able to verify that 2 men were involved. One heavy-set, about 6 feet tall, the other slim, about 130 pounds.
We're in, baby. A small, skinny man. If they could just see you now, huh? Well, what's the matter? I thought you wanted some kicks.
Not like that. Never like that.
Hey, you're all tied up in knots, huh? Little pressure, I bet you crack wide open.
Frank,
Go on and yell, baby. Yell, huh? Let it out. Yell, you little...
oh!
I had to do it, baby. You know I had to do it.
Frank, you said it was an accident. You never meant all along to...
Baby, he saw us. I mean, he made a grab for the gun. What could I do? And the kids, they saw us too. You understand? Say you understand.
I understand, Frank.
I can live with it, baby. But can you live with it too, huh? Can you?
I can live with it, Frank.
You sure now?
I'll live with it, Frank.
Without the booze? That's my girl. That's my baby.
3 weeks had passed, and the marks of the beating little Sandy Seaford suffered was almost gone. But the scars inside would heal more slowly, if at all.
Oh, look, sweetheart, isn't that a pretty dress?
Believe me, Mrs. Seaford, neither the newspapers or the police have forgotten what happened 3 weeks ago. It may not be in headlines, but nobody's forgotten.
Forgive me, Mr. Keyes. But sometimes when I think that a human being did this thing,
Oh,
I just...
Mommy!
Oh,
Holy
Sandy.
Mommy!
She was playing so nicely.
She's been like this ever since she came home. A word, a look, anything can set her off. It's all right, darling. It's all right.
There's nothing on this page but a girl wearing a pair of red slacks.
Men don't wear slacks, Mommy. Men wear pants.
That's right, darling.
Ladies wear slacks, like in the magazine.
Yes, darling, yes. Now, wouldn't you like to have a nice nap for a while?
That's what she wore.
Yes, yes.
She didn't look like a lady until her hair peeked out.
She rambles on like this from time to time.
Sandy, what about the lady, honey?
At first I thought she was a man,
Yes, yes.
but then her hat fell off a little, and she had long blonde hair like Mommy. And she wore slacks like in the picture.
Oh, darling.
Mrs. Seaford, this may be the break. I'll be in touch with you.
And now a repeat of the local roundup. The sheriff's office announced this afternoon the first major break in the hold-up slaying that cost David Seaford and 3 of his children their lives. It has now been definitely established that one of the assailants was a woman. Police say they now have an accurate description of both parties and are confident that an arrest soon will be made. Further details, together with all the news, will be heard on our next regularly scheduled newscast.
Hi.
Hello. What'd you get?
Oh, bathing suits, shorts, you know, summer things.
Mm-hmm. Get the plane tickets?
Yeah.
What's the matter, honey? You seem a little upset.
No, Frank, I guess I'm just kind of excited about our trip.
You take the car when you went shopping, or did you walk?
Took the car, Frank.
Yeah, well, the reason I ask is, there's been a bulletin on for an hour. I thought maybe you heard it. I thought maybe that what was making you tense. You did hear it, didn't you? You should have told me, baby.
Frank, I really been looking forward to our trip together. But, Frank, that little girl, she may identify the 2 of us together. And then there's Al up at the lodge. You know, they might check him again. The point I'm trying to make, Frank, is that the 2 of us together...
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean it might be smarter if we kind of split up for a while, huh?
Yeah, just for a little while, Frank. Just until things kind of quiet down again.
It's liable to be a couple of good months, baby.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, well, then we could get together again. I'll be the old girl again. We'll have all the old laughs, kicks.
Just like we used to, huh?
Yeah, Frank, just like we used to.
Uh-huh. You sure you're gonna be all right? Because I worry about you, baby. I worry about that pressure. You sure it's not too much for you?
No, I'll be fine, Frank. I promise I'll be fine.
Because if the pressure keeps building, you know, maybe the cops will pick you up and the pressure will keep building and building, and I don't know if you can take it. See what I mean, baby? You see what I mean?
Yeah? Yeah? Well, when did you say she turned up missing? That's the day after the killings. But she should be here any minute now, then. Right. Phone in your story?
Well, such as it was.
If you've lived right, Keyes, pray we get a fast break on this thing. There's a woman coming in whose kid sister's been missing since the day after the killings. General description pretty well fits. Come in. Mrs. Miles? I'm afraid this won't be pleasant, but I don't know any other way of doing it.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh, I can't believe it. I've had nightmares about this sort of thing, but I just can't believe it. She was wild. She loved her good times, but to have it end like this.
Mrs. Miles, when did you last hear from your sister?
She quit her job. She just walked out with a man. Oh, it's happened before, but this time she was so scared. She wouldn't tell me where she was or who she was with or why. If she was so frightened, she felt she had to stay.
Well, this job she walked out on, would you happen to know what it was?
Well, she was working in one of the hunting lodges up in the mountains somewhere. Martin's Lodge, I think.
Front door is locked, Al. You going someplace?
That wouldn't be smart, Frank. If I was going to talk, I had plenty of chances.
You won't get many more.
What do you think I'm running, Frank? It's not for me, it's for you. Look, before I can talk, they gotta find me, and I got places they'll never find me. Or you, Frank. Now, I already put up the close sign. Now, you and me, we take off for my shack in the hills.
You got a place up there?
Sure. Figure it, Frank. They come up here, the place is shut down tight. The last place in the world they figure we're less than 2 miles away. 2 miles and dug in so deep.
Let's hope so, Al. For both of us. Let's hope so. Come on. What about the pump?
Right now. Now the master switch and that's it.
Come on, it's enough. Let's go.
I'd say the place is closed up.
They didn't leave too long ago. Martin's Lodge. No, he had to step out for a minute. Can I help you? Well, if he said to leave it in the shed, that's where he wants it. Oh, sure, I'll be glad to tell him. No trouble at all. A food order. They'll be back. Maybe tonight.
You gonna wait for them?
Yeah. Oh, it's outside. I saw the lines when we came in.
What?
Oh, the main switch. I'll need some material and one man. I think we can do it. I think it'll work. Well, that's the last one.
Think it'll work?
If we're lucky.
They could be in Mexico by now or Canada.
I doubt it. They always come back. Once.
Well, maybe it'll be the next one.
This is it.
I shut off the master.
Come out with your hands up. Drop it. Drop it, Gilgo. You're a dead man if you don't drop it. Kick it out. Kick the gun.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Come out with your hands up.
A police reporter like John Keyes lives close to violence. And after 20 years, if he'd learned anything, he knows this to be inevitably true. Those who live by violence perish by violence. But the Frank Gilgos of this world learn too late, or never at all. The death of a gunman, written on deadline.